This is how to replace the battery in your Nintendo Switch 2. I will link all of the tools I use in this video in the description, and if you need a video showing how to remove the back cover and metal plate that covers the battery, I'll put a link to that also in the description. Now the first thing we need to do is remove the battery. I'm going to use a plastic pry tool to just get under this group of wires and then just pry up, and as you pry up, that connector will release. You have to pry up carefully because this connector is breakable. The white part with the wires on it is breakable, and the connector on the board is also breakable. Now I'm not gonna lie, this is a difficult job. Nintendo uses really strong adhesive to keep this battery in here, so what we're gonna first do is just soak underneath the battery with isopropyl alcohol. I'm gonna use a bottle with 99% isopropyl alcohol, and I'm gonna set my switch so it is tilted down this way, just using a microfiber cloth to set it onto, and I'm gonna start soaking underneath here with isopropyl alcohol. Get it down in the corners, just everywhere. Now, I'm gonna use my plastic spudger to just pry up gently. We're just gonna start working this thing loose. Like I said, it's in there really tightly with really strong adhesive, so it's gonna take a while. We need to be very patient though. We don't wanna puncture this battery as that can cause a fire. This is also something that I don't recommend just the average person doing because it is very difficult and can be dangerous if you puncture the battery. I always use plastic pry tools because they're less likely to puncture it. Okay, and as I pry up a little bit, I'm gonna put some more IPA down there. We're just working on getting the battery up slowly. The IPA will soften the adhesive as we go. And then just being really patient. Sometimes it's even helpful to just put some IPA in here and then you can just walk away for 5-10 minutes and let it soak in. I'm gonna keep prying up on this and then put some more IPA down here. That will get further down on the adhesive. And just as we're going, we can start to hear the battery letting go. I am just lifting very gently and we're almost there. I'm not pushing it, I'm just kind of letting it go at its own pace here. And there we go. That just shows you just how strong of adhesive this is. Now for this example of installing a battery, I'm gonna use the same battery, but when you get a battery, it may have adhesive here, it might not. In fact, it probably won't. So you do wanna have some adhesive there because if you don't, this battery is gonna kind of flop around inside the switch and it's gonna be making noise and be annoying. So you wanna make sure that you have adhesive on the back, probably not as strong as this adhesive, but enough to keep this battery in place. Another thing that a replacement battery probably isn't going to come with is this foam. I do recommend swapping the foam from one battery to the next battery. The foam just helps keep the battery in place and the metal plate and back cover are going to press on this and the foam just helps keep the battery safe. So once you have adhesive on your battery and you have the foam part swapped over, we just need to basically push it in here, push down on it, make sure we get good contact, and that's pretty much all we need to do to install the battery. And then once you have it in place, then we can just reconnect the connector to the connector on the board. We just line it up, push it down, and it'll click into place just like that. So that's how you replace the battery in your Nintendo Switch 2.